Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. I was actually going to do this live tomorrow because I wanted to give you guys more time to know that I was going to go live about this show. But yeah, no, I'm over it. First things first. I didn't do last week's because I felt last week's episode was boring and had no purpose. So I said, sometimes if I miss a week, you guys know how I am. I'll combine 2 episodes at once. And then so I watched this week's episode and I'm still annoyed. And I'm trying to figure out if at this point, what has really ran its course is reality shows in Atlanta. My nose has been in the air and I have been turned off by all of these Atlanta reality shows, from the Real Housewives of Atlanta to Married to Medicine to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And this situation is no exception to the rule. I feel like what these reality shows have to do at this point is kind of like the real world method, where you only have someone for a season or maybe a couple of seasons, and then you bump them off and you bring on new people. Porsha serves no purpose on this show, okay? She's ignorant. She's mean. She literally is forcing this issue with Drew, and it is on my last nerves. She's fake. She's a phony. She's a flop. Bottom line. Bottom line. She serves no purpose. She can't apparently talk about her little fake marriage with Simon. You don't hear her talking about that, except when she cried and tried to use Pilar as a reason for her to have sympathy or gain sympathy, which is interesting that Britt, of all people, said that Angie likes to play the victim. They all like to play the victim, in my opinion. But after this episode, where this scallywag, where this hussy, where this whore literally said, I will F Angie's husband in front of also women who are also married. Shamia, let me give you word of advice, because for whatever reason, you still feel like you have to be 10 toes down for Porsha. If a woman who is supposed to be your friend says something like that in front of you, guess what? You need to be mindful of her. Because to me, I wouldn't be shocked if she tried to F your husband. We clearly know that she did it before. Porsha has literally, and now I'm really thinking the little ditzy, I've embarrassed myself, all of that stuff that she used to give in the beginning. I'm starting to feel like either that was an act so she can play innocent and play victim, and this is who she truly is. Or money has really, no, money actually, I was about to say money has changed her. Money can't change you. Money just makes you more of what you already are. So this is who she is. But I'm not really going to go into scene by scene like I normally do with this show. I'm just going to talk about how much I'm over this show. First things first, Angie, Kelly definitely need to stay. Both of them are bringing the shade, the funny, and also the life experiences as well. Same thing with Shamia. I personally feel if Porsha wasn't there, Shamia would even stand out more. I feel like to a certain extent, Shamia dims her light on purpose when she's in a scene with Porsha. I do. If Porsha's off this show, Shamia will shine bright like a diamond and go off, like literally go off like a rocket. Because at the end of the day, she has everything. She has the talent. She has the family. She truly is a housewife. She has the talent. She has the family. She has the storylines. Talking about her wanting to have babies, definitely wanting to have a son for her amazing husband because she feels like he definitely deserves it. She has everything, the whole package that Porsha doesn't have, which this is what I am thinking. You guys said later on in the season, Porsha actually goes off or gets into it with Shamia. I think when she realized the storyline was flopping with Drew and she just looked like an unnecessary bully at that point, she decided to pick with Shamia because Shamia started to really give her like a run for her money as far as being the star of the show. I'm more interested in seeing Shamia than Porsha all day, every day. And I think at a certain point, these OGs just run out of, they have nothing else to talk about, which is why at a certain point, you just need to kick them off. Give them a couple of seasons. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they're still able to bring it, then maybe reconsider it, but it's done. And Porsha is done. Like this last episode, so they go to Nashville for her birthday. And Angie, she to me is giving me OG vibes to a certain extent, an OG who really knows how to run the show and carry the show. She decided that she's going to bring Drew and invite Drew to Porsha's birthday event. Now, you already know production decided to do that or whatever the case may be. And of course, Porsha wanted to have the dramatics just like Britt. Now I see why Britt and Porsha get along. They both can go to hell together. They play victims. They throw rocks and hide their hands. She didn't like the fact that, Angie invited Drew. You already know how this works. You've been on the show for way too long. You should know how to fight that back in the best way possible so you can still look like the victorious one in the end. But she doesn't know how to do that. So then this episode, she made it seem like she was okay with Drew being there and she was willing to not be the mean girl and play nice or whatever the case may be. Until all of a sudden she contacts Hot Dog Man and her daughter. And then on her event, she comes out acting like she pissed the hell off and she really don't want to talk to people at her event. Now, if you ask me, she did that on purpose because she wanted the spotlight to be on her. Because everybody at the table kept just saying, Porsha, what's wrong? What's wrong, Porsha? What's wrong? It's your birthday. Like, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. And so Angie finally called her out on it. And pretty much was like, look, why am I the one who's being seen as being held accountable in this situation? When Kelly straight up asked her, why does she steal some man's husband or whatever the case may be? But Porsha sits up there and says, Angie can kiss my ass. And so Angie was like, the public can kiss your ass. And she said, you first. And I was like, girl, first of all, how old are we? This you first nonsense. That's like that. I know you are, but what am I bullshit? But Angie had a point as usual. But at the same time, what are we getting with you sitting there at the table just being pissed off, not saying anything? How are you earning your check in that way? I was just literally looking at her like, Heifer, are you going to say something? Are you going to do something? Like, what, you just gonna sit there and sit pretty? And what are we getting in this scene? And even with Drew, as much as I can't stand Drew's lying behind, she sits up there and she's like, look, Porsha, are you okay with being here? You're fine. And so Drew was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. Let me just go because I already got too much on my plate with the freaking man that I have in the basement who act just as much as a female as Porsha does. So it just was really giving cringy. It was giving, what is the purpose? Because you're not doing anything but literally just putting on your 15 pounds of makeup, 15 pounds of hair, and we're getting nothing. You're boring. There's nothing to give, which is why I feel like she decided, something tells me, I haven't seen, of course, I don't know, but something tells me she's the one who starts the daggers even more with Shamia because she felt like that was going to give her a better storyline. Once she saw that the Drew situation was running flat, she decided to go after Shamia. She already tried to go after Shamia about her song. Remember that at the vault. So now she wants to go after Shamia. But I'm hoping that also falls flat. And I'm hoping that people see even more how much of a mean girl Porsha is, and they get her ass off the show. Cynthia she's not a peach holder. I'm sorry. Hey, Bookworm. Hey, Veronica. You guys, make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit the like, please. Hit the like. Cynthia doesn't even hold a peach, so I don't even expect for her to really bring it at all. You know what I'm saying? This season, she doesn't even have a peach. The ones who have a peach are the ones who are really supposed to bring the drama, which makes me think that's why they brought Phaedra in mid-season, because they realized Porsha wasn't holding her weight. And she wasn't bringing anything. But something tells me Phaedra ain't going to bring nothing either. These OGs, they're done. Like production, they're done. Let it be done. Porsha doesn't need to come back on the show. Phaedra doesn't need to come back on the show. At this point, you can keep Angie, you can keep Shamia, you can keep Kelly. And I'm sure they can have other women around them that's going to create a whole new vibe of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because this ain't it. And I'm starting to think there is some energy. There is some energy in Atlanta that I just think I'm also over the whole scene of Atlanta watching these shows. If you notice, I have been turned off by all of these Atlanta shows, all of them. It's something in the water, in the spirit out there that makes me just kind of be like, nah, I pass. I try my best, and I will continue for my crew. I will continue to do the reviews. I'm not, because I have to admit I'm bad at that. But y'all got to know, sometimes it gets really exhausting with my career, my personal life, and I'm doing these views. And sometimes, honestly, the views aren't viewing. You know what I mean? Like they're just not. And so sometimes it can get hard, but again, I have to stay loyal to my people. And so because I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, but sometimes the views are not viewing. So you spend an hour or you spend even more doing pre-recorded stuff, and it's not happening. So, and I feel like life is too short and too precious to be wasting my time sometimes over just nonsense. I'm getting too old for it. Porsha, you have no storyline. Get your ass off the show. Get off the show. Like at this point, Porsha would be better off on baddies. Like real talk. She will probably be better on baddies. She's not even given quality Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's not. And then to top it off, that she sits up there and she has fun for her birthday, and they're out there till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then she starts to come at Angie and literally has the nerve to say she better be careful before I F her husband. Now, we clearly know she's capable because that has been the situation with Simon. But you're classless, you're ignorant, you're hood radish to even say something like that. And Angie was done, and I don't blame her. She said she recorded that stuff. She went down there to confront their asses about it. But that next morning, she was like, I'm over it. I ain't about to be fake with y'all hoes. I'm not about to be fake. Like, I'm not. And I don't blame her, because at a certain point, you just don't cross certain lines. You don't cross certain lines. And the reality is, I guess the super duper Porsha fans are going to say, well, Angie crossed a certain line about bringing up her taking somebody's husband. If it ain't true, she shouldn't get that bothered. But someone bringing up something that you claim is not true, she claims is not true. She didn't steal no one's husband. Someone bringing up something like that, and for you to get that ruffled where you're saying that you're willing to F her husband and to ruin or try to ruin another marriage, girl, you got demon spirits in you. And that's, to me, at this point, I'm like, Atlanta is giving like, is some dark energy there. And it shows on these shows. Rashida and Kurt ignorant ass at the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You have Dr. Hale Vinley married to medicine, a couple other ones over there too. And then you have Porsha and Britt. I'm like, what is up with the energy in Atlanta? What is up with the energy here? I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know. Veronica seems to be agreeing with me. Y'all let me know. And if you disagree, by all means, let me know you disagree. This is not giving entertainment. This is not giving, I want to tune in every Sunday. This is giving, it's a chore sometimes to watch because it is hard to watch at this point. It really is hard to watch. I don't see what we're watching for at this point, besides maybe Shamia and Angie and Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Their stories and, you know, their relationship that's eventually, because I think Kelly and Shamia are super, super tight. And I guess me trying to hold on to see if when Kelly and Britt fall out, because I'm hoping it happens on this season where Kelly and Britt do fall out. And I want to see, but the problem is I feel like Shamia, gosh, Shamia reminds me so much of me when I was in high school. Shamia really cares about Porsha. So I feel like because of that deep-rooted frenemy friendship that she thinks is there, she will never go completely hard on Porsha because she cares. Meanwhile, Porsha, in my opinion, all bets are off when it comes to her, and she has no problem disrespecting Shamia. I need Shamia to, the moment Shamia realized Porsha has never been a friend to her and really is fed up, I think that is going to be one interesting, entertaining, and yet dangerous Shamia, because you know Shamia probably got a lot of freaking skeletons. She know a lot of stuff about Porsha. She know a lot of stuff about Porsha. And because she still cares and for whatever reason feels just a little bit that Porsha may care about her, she refuses to say anything. Baby, please, Shamia, understand that ain't your friend. Because the moment Shamia airs Porsha out, that, honey, is when we're going to get the pure entertainment. Take down that fake ass OG. Take her down. She has to go. And it has to be someone that close to her that's really going to have to open up Pandora's box and expose the hell out of her for her to either humble herself or get so embarrassed that she removes herself from the show. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Because Porsha don't give a damn about anybody but Porsha. Even with them claiming that Porsha and Britt now are super close. Trust she's using Britt. She don't see a genuine friendship with her. She's using her. And then I'm hearing she got a YouTube page now. How is it that you've been on this show for how many seasons? That long, and now you have a YouTube page, and she apparently just started her YouTube page. Something is telling me money is not adding up over there. It's not adding up. Why now start a YouTube page? And then I'm hearing that the YouTube page is really about nothing. She don't talk about nothing. She just sit there and look pretty. Again, with her 15 pounds of makeup and 15 pounds of hair. And that's it. But she knows she has a following. She knows she has a cult following that people are going to follow her channel. She probably got monetized super fast and she could just start making money talking about nothing. Which honestly, I have said this about these reality show people. You might as well maximize as much as you can while you're on these shows. Everybody should start a YouTube channel because you're going to have that cult following that's going to follow you. They don't care if you just sitting up there brushing your teeth. They'll be willing to watch. You should do it, but at the same time, why is she doing it now after how many seasons of the Real Housewives of Atlanta? To me, it's giving desperate. Now you want to be active and you want to do YouTube? It's giving desperate. It's giving that the money is not moneying at all. Now, I don't know how much she got this season, but I feel like the producers is like, we need our money back because you ain't bringing a damn thing. It's almost like she purposely baited them by saying that she was going to talk about her divorce and talk about the whole situation with Simon just to legally not be able to do it, but just for her to be able to get that contract so she can get a bag. So she can straight get a bag. You said she should go back to Dish Nation. What happened to Dish Nation? Did she quit or did she get fired and said she quit? Because what happened to Dish Nation? She's with what's his damn name? Ricky Smiley show, right? That was a Dish Nation she's with Ricky Smiley and the Brat, right? I don't know what happened to that. Was she entertaining on that show? Because like I said, I don't follow Porsha like that to know what she really does. Okay. So yeah, so maybe she does need to go back there. Because this show is ran its course for her. I would rather have Nene back. Real talk. I would rather have Nene back. I think she started Housewives. What do you mean you think she started Housewives? She left Dish Nation because she started Housewives. Got it. Well, I'm sure that Housewives check is much bigger than the Dish Nation check. I'm sure it is. But at the same time, she has no storyline. This is freaking crazy. She brings nothing. And honestly, real talk, I want a Porsha fan to come to my page and tell me what she's bringing. Let me know. Let me know what she's bringing. Besides playing victim. Britt too. What is she bringing? Besides playing victim. Now, granted, I don't like what Kenya did to her, but rumor has it, this whole insurance and losing her license stuff was already in the works before this Kenya situation happened, allegedly. So you see that type of slick demonic shit, you trying to use that situation with Kenya as a bait situation that this has something to do with your license being investigated or suspended when it has nothing to allegedly do with it. That's some snake stuff. That is some snake stuff, which honestly, she's so calculated. I wouldn't be shocked that that's the reason why she tried to bait Kenya in the first place. So she could sit up there and try to say she acted a fool trying to protect herself against Kenya. And now they're investigating her license from being, possibly being suspended because she already knew she was going to have to explain that in the first place. She already knew. But my thing is this, reality show people are major investigators. It was only going to take a matter of time for them to find out that you was already apparently under investigation prior to the damn show. So I want to know what y'all think. We got 7 people in the chat. Definitely, Veronica, let me know how many likes we got. We got 7 people in the chat. I need at least 7 likes. 7 people in the chat. I know you guys are just listening. For those who watch the show, what are you guys thinking about this season? And what do you think about, because at this point, Porsha is the OG. She is the OG of the show. Kenya is now gone. So she's the OG. What do you think of this OG is bringing? 10 likes. Perfect. Thank you, Veronica. She is the OG. So do you feel like OG and the OG money they give her, is she bringing OG? Is she bringing it? Hell, I'll say this. I don't like what Kenya did, but that one damn episode, Kenya literally, she became the talk, and she's still the talk of this season, and she is no longer on the season. So I would say she earned the money in the worst way, but she earned the money that she made for this season. But Porsha ain't earning nothing. I'm tired of the Dennis situation. I'm tired of the Drew situation. I'm tired of it. It's like beating a dead horse at this point. Now you coming after Angie, trying to sit up there talk about taking her husband, which it is blatantly disrespectful. But apparently, if it is true that Charles had a baby on her, hell yeah, that triggered her. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? But Porsha don't care, because Porsha seemed like all bets are off. She will screw with anyone to get what she want in a situation. And that is a pretty effed up situation. Like, you have to be a miserable, demonic person to just purposely want to be malicious in that way just because. I'm all for the light shade. I'm all for the fun shade. I'm even all for shade that sometimes can get a little heated. But when you talk about someone's husband, someone's kids, someone's mama, someone's daddy, you're crossing the line. Put the attack on that person, but don't bring other people in the situation. That's when you hitting below the belt. And I think because Porsha really don't have anybody, well, she got her daughter Pilar. If somebody say something about that baby, then she gonna have a different tune. But as far as any men in her life, I don't think any man would trigger her. I don't even think Dennis really triggers her that way. She just wants to control the situation because she doesn't want to seem like she can't control what she considers her show. See, she thinks she is the main OG of the show. So how dare you try to sit up there and be on my show filming with someone else and not me? It's an ego thing for her. It's a big ego thing for her. Hey, Camille, how are you? Are you new here? I think I've seen you before, if I'm not mistaken. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in, love. I need for y'all to help me out. Camille, what you think about this season? What you think about Porsha's boring, trifling, hoish ass? Excuse me. Unless you're a fan of Porsha, by all means, tell me what you think. But I'm forcing myself to watch it at this point, you guys. I'm forcing myself to watch it for the crew. That's it. That's all. Because it's not giving anything at this point. It's not. And I don't think Phaedra's going to do anything either. I think they really need to eliminate the OGs, have the girls that I just mentioned, and I'm sure they know girls that are literally, they can kind of like bounce off of, that can still kind of create some drama. I'm sure they know girls in Atlanta that they can bring on the show. I'm sure Kelly, Shamia, and Angie can really bring it because they're the ones that are really carrying the show and giving us the layers that we used to love about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Remember, the Real Housewives of Atlanta used to give the shade, used to give, you know what I'm saying, like the glamour, the shopping or whatever, gave the personal drama, and also gave drama between each other. They have all brought that. Those three girls have brought that, and it hasn't felt forced. Do you see what I'm saying? It hasn't felt forced. It has felt natural. Porsha, forced, fake, flop. Britt, forced, fake, flop. Cynthia don't even have a peach, so it doesn't even matter what she's bringing. She's just kind of an assistant to everyone else. But I can't do it. It is so hard to deal with this nonsense because there's nothing here. She truly represents pretty face, glammed up, but a damn dodo bird. She's an empty shell with nothing to bring. Straight up. Hell, we don't even really see her spending that much time with Pilar. At least let us see you be a good mother on the show. But you ain't bringing nothing but bitching, complaining, and hoish ways. Yeah, I said it. Any woman who's quick to say some stuff like that has no problem sleeping with any freaking woman's husband. She did it before, allegedly, so why wouldn't she do it again? Why wouldn't she do it again? And I know Shamia she's that girl who's loyal to a fault, because I used to be that way too. But when you feel that your own morals and integrity is being compromised just for the sake of friendship, especially when that person is not being loyal to you, girl, because I feel like Shamia don't play that. I feel like deep down, she don't respect women who sleep with other people's husbands, but she's trying to show that she's loyal to Porsha, and Porsha ain't showing that she's loyal to her. Hey, Kim. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So, chat, crew, Veronica, Bookworm, Camille, Kim, and the other ones who are listening in, by all means, what do you guys, let me know what you're thinking about this season. What do you think about this season? Like, whoever casted Shamia for a full-time peach, Kelly and Angie, they did a phenomenal job. And honestly, Drew can go too. Shit, I'm so tired of her just lying to lie. Like when she was talking about oh, yeah, Michael Jordan, that's my maiden name, Drew Jordan. And then literally Angie was like, child, I spoke to Marcus and he said that's not the case. Oh, I was just playing. No, the hell you weren't. You had a straight face. When people playing, you could tell they play. No, she had a straight face. This girl just lied a lie. Porsha is not a friend to no one. Exactly, L. Payne. She's given friend of since she can't film in Simon's house. And from my understanding, rumor has it from a couple of the gossip blogs, she may be losing that house. She may be losing that house. Now, I don't know if her name is on the house or if it's just Simon's name on the house, but you know, Simon is locked up right now, allegedly. So, yeah, I could see her scrambling, trying to bait the producer, saying, you know, well, since I'm going through this divorce, I could talk about this, I could talk about that, so she could sign that contract. And now she can't talk about nothing because legally, I don't think she could talk about anything. And I think she knew that even when she went to the producers about it. In production, y'all got to do y'all due diligence and know when y'all getting played, because I'm sure y'all got enough legal attorneys, you know, legal people at Bravo to know if legally she would be able to talk about it or not. Hell, Simon probably got a gag order on her ass, like a straight up gag order. She trifling, low down, dirty, delusional. She's a slut bucket scallywag biatch. She gives nothing. It's like there's no hope for her. Like when I see her now on the show, I give that stank face like heavenly. I just be like, ugh, like, bitch, get off my screen. Like you bring nothing to this but hell and demonic energy. She's giving her, okay, I heard that too, since he's locked up and she's not paying. Yeah, because apparently he was the one who had the money. And what's interesting is the rumor has it she the one who got his ass locked up with ICE in the first place. So you kind of screwed over yourself. So then she ended up going back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I don't know how much they're paying her, but something tells me it can't pay for that mortgage. You know what I'm saying? A week later, she filed. Right. She announced coming back, and a week later, she filed because she thought she was going to be able to do what she needed to do. I'm going to assume, because for my, like, I'm going to assume the house has her name on it. Because if it doesn't have her name on it, as much as she may not necessarily want the embarrassment of it, but if your name isn't on it, then hell, Simon goes into foreclosure and you move on, and the money that you do have, you buy you a nice condo. But again, we're dealing with egos and people living above their means in Atlanta, which happens a lot in that damn city. People want to live above their means. They want to live this lavish lifestyle when they don't have it like that. And mind you, her salary is probably way better than a lot of Americans, but still, you don't need a house that you had with Simon. And then again, I think she purposely, to a certain extent, is trying to compete with Shamia. Shamia's husband got it like that. They got it like that. They got an estate, baby. They got money. You know what I'm saying? They got it. In her own words, she's a slut from the 90s. Right. Which tells me that whole innocent vibe that she was given when she first came on, when she was married with Cordell, was bullshit. Because you know, we all know people like that, y'all, right? Who try to play innocent, who try to play ditzy, but really that's a way for them to be a calculated hussy, trying to put themselves in certain positions. Yeah, I'm thinking that's just who she's been. Now, take a guess on who she probably learned that from. Take a guess. I'm going to say her mama. And the reason why I say that is because I've said this 10 toes down. You could tell her mama was a bad chick back in the day, but probably a bad chick who wanted men to take care of her. You know what I'm saying? And so she took advantage of her looks and her situation and probably taught Porsha the same thing. Storm, the other ladies are flopping as well. Was Porsha supposed to carry the whole show? No, she wasn't supposed to carry the whole show. And hey, Storm, the problem is she's the OG. And I don't think the other girls are flopping. I personally think Kelly, Angie, and Shamia are carrying themselves very well on the show. And when people want beef with them, they know how to knuck if you buck. and throw that shade back. And we definitely going to see that even next episode with Angie. I don't think everyone is flopping on the show, but Porsha is, and Porsha is probably one of the highest paid ones on the show, if not the highest paid. She has a house. She gave it to Diane. She wants to film in Simon's house to compete with Shamia. Well, honey, you can't compete where you don't compare. There's no comparison. Hell, that upper room in Shamia's house, that nice pink design that they went upstairs when they was having that talk in the first episode, baby, that room in itself tops Porsha's whole damn house. We got 26 people. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. The like button gets me in the algorithm. And Storm, at the end of the day, welcome to the channel. I'm just, we're going back and forth because, like I said, I want Porsha fans in here too, and you're being respectful. So, definitely welcome to the channel. But yeah, I just feel like Porsha's not bringing it. There's nothing. She's forcing it. She's forcing it. How is it that we are in, what is this episode? What damn episode was this? See, this is when I don't give a shit. This is episode 7, 8, episode 8, and she's still talking about Drew. She's still talking about Drew. 8 episodes. And you find out that your baby daddy said, F you anyways, I'm going to film with her because this is going to be the betterment of Pilar's future, because from my understanding, Drew's album is pretty darn good. Now, I don't give a shit about that album. Y'all already know most of the time I pass when it comes to her scenes. But I'm hearing the album is pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. She is, and it's crazy because Shamia basically idolizes her, and you can't make you know what it is, Teef? And I said this earlier. I don't know if you heard me. She's loyal to a fault. I was that girl in high school, not realizing that person that I thought was a friend was really a friend of me. That's what Shamia gives me. She's loyal to a fault, and she is still trying to be there for Porsha, even though Porsha probably it's been a very long time, if ever Porsha has been there for Shamia. But I want the day that she gets that light bulb that Porsha and her were never friends, and Porsha was a friend of convenience only, and Shamia get mad enough, because Shamia, when she get pissed off, she can read down. She can read. She don't want to read Porsha, but the moment when she finally say, I don't give a fuck, she is going to let it out. And baby, that's when I'm here. I will watch that one. I will watch that one. Hell, maybe we could do a live action on that one. We can watch that together when Shamia finally get tired of her and decide to get all of them skeletons out and tell her business. Which, knowing her, she probably still won't do it because, hell, I'm that way. I done got into it with people who I thought were friends or realized that I wasn't their friends, and I don't publicly tell their business. But trust and believe if they come for me, I may sit up there and let them know about themselves big time, 50 times over. And maybe Shamia, because one thing I've heard about these reality shows, a lot of times people forget. They get so used to the cameras, they forget the cameras are there sometimes. It may take Shamia to get so pissed off and she forget those cameras are there that she just let it go and let it out. And in that situation, I wouldn't blame Shamia because Porsha ain't never been a friend of her in the first place. Let it out, girl. Let us know what's in her damn closet. Please let us know. Her mama was an alleged side piece. I heard that too. And like I said, Diane, you could tell she was a bad chick. I mean, you could tell even now she's a beautiful woman. You could tell she was that girl. And she used her looks like a lot of women do and a lot of men do because they know beauty is currency to get what they want. And let's also make this very clear. And I think even Porsha talked about this in her first season or two. Porsha didn't grow up as the pretty girl. Didn't she talk about that in like the first 2 or seasons? She was kind of like the weird looking, nerdy looking girl growing up. And then she kind of like turned into a beautiful girl. Am I tripping, or did we not hear that before? So she's truly living in her beauty stage that I think when growing up she really didn't have. And then on top of that, had a mother who was gorgeous. So I'm sure that probably did a lot to her too. So she's really in this point, even in her 40s, is living her unfortunately teenage 20+ year old life, but she need to grow the hell up. Kenya would have been the OG. Yes, she would have been the OG. But now they done got her off. The ratings are not rating. Some people have a certain chemistry and these ladies don't click well, in my opinion. Well, you may have a point. I think Kelly and Shamia click well. And I think Shamia, Kelly, and Angie will all click well. You know what I mean? Kenya is definitely the moment. She's the moment so far this season. I don't feel like they're going to have anything else that's going to be just as good based on what Kenya did. As much as I hate that she did that because she kind of played herself. But everybody was still talking about that. And now people are saying, damn, we need Kenya back because they feel like this show is going nowhere. Especially when your OGs can't even, they're not even bringing nothing. Maybe she still wants Simon. She wants Simon's money. I don't believe not one bit she ever loved Simon. She wanted what Simon could possibly provide for her. Drew has 2 bops and a pop on that album. Some people said, yeah, it's a good album. I'm not buying a Shamia hype. In real life, who with a nice family with money comes on a reality show? Shamia, who wants a singing career. Shamia wants a singing career. That's her first love. So to me, I could see her because that is the best way to market it, especially with RL being one of her top producers. She probably wants to be on the show so she can really show people she can sing, market her album, and promote it, and, be able to really get that marketing so people can buy it. Hey, Leo, I'm late. I'm so late. I started back watching this after years of not watching it. Yeah, Porsha's not bringing it. Angela Oakley is bringing it for me. Yeah, Oakley is bringing it. She's bringing it in a natural way. It does not seem forced. The same for me. I don't spray your tea. I just leave you alone. Right. And as much as, because I'm sure, Kim, we have all been there where there are people that you be like, oh, you trifling, like I should spray your tea like no other. But it's not in me to do that. It's not in me to do that. And especially for me, I've always been that girl that people always want to come to me about their deep, darkest secrets. Even people I don't know, I'll be like, what the hell is it about me? And I think it's because people always say I have the sincerity in me and just, I'm not judgmental. I just listen. People always want to spill their tea to me. I can't do it because I don't like people, running their mouth about my business. But again, I'm a firm believer that your karma is losing me. That's how I am. Your karma's losing me. You lose me as a friend. Yeah, you lost the good one. You lost the good one. Then also, why is she all of a sudden she's all into Dennis? From what I remember, she didn't seem into him and when they was together. It's not about her being into Dennis, it's about control. It's about control with her. It has nothing to do with her wanting Dennis. It's about, this is my show and I want you to do what I want you to do, or I don't want you to do this because this is my show. And how is this going to look for me? And this is my show. She feels like she's the head bitch in charge of this show. So this whole situation and Dennis not following lead and actually filming with Drew, probably more than he's even filming with Porsha, it's an ego thing for her and it's a control thing for her. I don't think she wants Dennis at all. To be quite honest, I don't think she wanted any of these men that we've seen her on this show with. It's always been about a money grab and being comfortable. Did Porsha ever go to school? Baby. I better not hear she went to college when she sat up there and said, who the hell gonna drive that train talking about the Underground Railroad? I am hoping she didn't go to damn college. I'm hoping she didn't go to college. I'm hoping she at least got her high school diploma. But what does she bring to the table besides her looks? And she has definitely enhanced her looks over the years with new breasts and everything else. So what does she bring besides her looks? Hell, does Porsha even know how to cook? What does she bring? I like Miss Oakley too. She's a natural. She's bringing what? Yes. Angie's bringing it. Angie's bringing it. I like her. She has layers to her. She can bring the shade. She can bring the drama. She has family drama that I can appreciate because it makes her relatable with her drama with her mother. I think she mentioned her mother is bipolar, her drama with her sister and how her sister treated her daughter. All of that stuff is relatable to me. She's very relatable. Kelly, too. Kelly is very relatable. Shamia is very relatable. You know, Shamia is an older woman, finally was able to find a good man. She had a man. She talked about the DV situation before when it came to her previous marriage. Well, she finally got a good man, Savannah, and he's providing, and he seems to be an excellent husband, an excellent father, and yet she's older and she's trying to have kids. There are a lot of middle-aged women who can relate to that, including myself. Who would not love a story like that? And she brings it. Those three women, I actually don't mind seeing their stories. Even when they're just talking to their kids or it seems like it's boring, I'm intrigued because it brings layers to me. Me too. But then I trust then they backstab me. Yeah, that's the one thing about it. People who have good, big hearts, Veronica, we easily, that can easily happen to us. You know what I'm saying? Like it can happen to us. And the problem with me though, I'm just gonna be crazy honest with y'all. The problem with me though, there's no middle ground for me. It's either, you know what I'm saying, I have a big heart or I'm completely closed off. There's no in between. So I hate that if I go the other way and I don't have a forgiving heart and I, you know, have a big heart, if I go the completely other way, I'm a cold biatch. And I don't like that side of me. So I try to bring God into it, love and light, and just know that he'll handle my battles. Let me see. I get what you're saying, but you have women with way more money on Real House. Yeah, that is true. And hey, is it Avite? How are you? Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry, but Shamia is still coming off as a friend of and still going hard for Porsha. She is. Until I'm hoping it happened this season. Some tell me it's not, but I know they're going to get into it. I am hoping it happens this season where she gets that aha moment and all bets are off when it comes to Porsha. But because we just recently saw, I think on one of the reality show IG pages, when Shamia was talking to her mom about how disappointed they was with what Diane said about Shamia to Porsha when they was getting their feet done or whatever they was getting done in that spa. Just seeing how she was looking at her mom and her mom was talking about how she didn't like what Diane said. Just seeing that scene told me that Shamia is not ready to completely let go yet. She's not completely ready to let go because I would say even with that scene with her mom and her mom was talking, I think Shamia was cooking in the kitchen. By then, I'm assuming the show had already been filmed and done. So the fact that she didn't seem like she was completely over it then, it's probably going to take a while for her to really be able to let go of Porsha. And it's probably because also she probably know a lot of stuff about Porsha where she may really feel bad for Porsha. She may really feel bad for Porsha. She probably got so much on Porsha, it don't make no sense. Maybe hot dogs, just the first husband, looks that she paid for. Yeah. And that seems to be a lot going on in Atlanta. At this point, I don't know who real and who fake in Atlanta. I really don't. I'll be like, everybody got the same ass, everybody got the same breast, everybody got the same makeup artist, everybody got the same hair, everybody got the same everything. I wish that Shamia didn't feel obligated to bear a son for her husband. She's jeopardizing her health too much, and he should be satisfied with the kids. Do you think that she is actually, because why do I feel like they already have their embryos? I feel like she already has that. I thought she was going to be looking for a surrogate more so than her trying to carry the next child. I thought that would be the case. I'm hoping that's the case. They got enough money to find another surrogate. I know they last surrogate ended up, having her health issues while she was pregnant with the baby, but I'm sure they can find another surrogate. And hopefully they can get the son. Because you know what? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I felt her when she said that. You find you a good husband, a good man that's a provider, protector, really loves you, especially if you done been through hell with men before in your life. when you find that king, you want to be that queen as much as you possibly can. You know what I'm saying? So I felt her when she said that. Like, he deserves to have his son. Nowadays, with the science and stuff that we have, trust and believe they can easily get a son with the IVF and all of that stuff. So I'm sure that can happen. They just need to find a good surrogate. I will hope Shamia, especially with her trying to have a singing career and her being older, I will hope that she's not thinking about carrying that child. I will hope that she's not. Currently they're not cool anymore. I hope it stays that way. I hope it stays that way, Kim. Porsha ain't a friend to her or anyone. I'm still into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but Miami is better. I never got into Miami, and I'm afraid if I start now, I'm gonna be completely lost. Danielle, I believe, was telling me I should probably review Love After Lockup, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Miami, but I haven't watched Atlanta in years, never watched Miami, and I feel like I would be a complete lost puppy trying to do reviews. Y'all gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about, Nicole? She was on her channel. They already lost 4 sons. She carried 2. And oh, wow. Oh, that has to be hard. Oh, that has to be hard. I didn't know that. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna pray for Shamia. She seems to be a genuine soul. And I like genuine people. So she seems to be a genuine soul. And, I wish her the best. And I hope that she does get her other child that she wants. They want to grow their family and they can afford it. And they definitely got a big enough house for it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, hopefully, they can get that one son. And then maybe they can think about adopting. We got plenty of kids out there that need parents, you know what I'm saying? So maybe they can do that. They definitely should. How many bedrooms do they have in that damn mansion of theirs? They probably can have a whole Jackson family, a whole DeBarge family. They could probably have 20 kids and they still wouldn't be able to see each other throughout that house because the house is that big. But yeah, you guys, we got 35 people in the chat. Please hit the like button. Welcome to the Chris Nicole channel. Please hit the like button. The like button gets me in the algorithm. I am a smaller channel, and trust and believe the shadow banning is no joke. The likes is what gets me out there. So please hit the like button, okay? But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna stay strong. I'm gonna stay strong for my crew. Because I know some of y'all get tired of me and be like, Chris Nicole, you start these damn shows and then all of a sudden you go ghost. You go, oh, what the hell? Hello, Marathon Blue. Has anybody heard this before? Now, I heard that happens often, especially in Atlanta, on the male side and the female side. But I don't know. You trying to say she got a lavender marriage? I don't know, y'all. Y'all done heard something like that? I ain't heard nothing like that. But at the same time, I don't be tapped into all the gossip. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me call Porsha in my Nene voice. Yeah, at one point it was over 40 in here. I need them likes to be liking. You know what I'm saying? I also will stay strong to keep watching. Yeah. Now, Marathon, that was a dirty rumor started by Phaedra. Oh, that's right. When she was sitting up there talking about and doing the hand gestures right there by Porsha, talking about something that her and I think Candy and Ty was allegedly effing. That's right. I remember that because that was when we initially saw, like, Porsha, what kind of friend are you to allow Phaedra to talk about your best friend like that? And especially when you know she's going to see this. I remember that. Thank you, y'all, because I was like, what the hell? But I remember that. I remember that because she was trying to make it seem like they was in a throuple of some sort. And Porsha didn't say anything and allowed Phaedra to keep bashing Shamia. And that's why everybody was like, well, is it true? But look, let me tell you something. And that's just the loyal person I am. I don't give a damn if it's true or not. I'm going hard on you if you talking about my friend. Don't talk about my friend. Don't talk about my friend. And if you got something to say about her, you say it to her, because trust and believe I'm about to go tell her anyways, or I'm about to go tell him anyways, and they about to confront your ass. Don't talk about my friend. Phaedra said it back. Yeah, I remember that. It came to mind. The energy between Porsha and Shamia doesn't seem strictly platonic. Strictly platonic. Well, definitely Shamia is a friend to Porsha more than a Porsha is a friend to Shamia. Porsha is not a friend of Shamia at all. But I don't know why reading this, and maybe because of after what you just said, you implying that maybe Shamia and Porsha done had a thing, maybe. Because we clearly know Porsha ain't got no problem getting down like that after that whole situation with Candy and how Candy exposed her on them freaking iPhone proof that she had. And dummy Shamia sitting there crying, thinking Porsha was controlled. Candy pissed, crying, can't defend herself. The lies. Exactly. She real quick to cry when she know that she can't win in a situation. Like, for example, when she put hands on Kenya her first season, when she had that bullhorn and she realized that either she was about to get kicked off the show or she looked like a straight up fool, and then she started kicking and stomping like a toddler, talking about she embarrassed herself. Yeah, Porsha knows how to do that. Something tells me when she was a child, she did that type of stuff to get away with stuff and start crying so people would leave her alone. Little did they know that sometimes her crying also meant that she was about to do a 1-2 punch, because we clearly know she don't know how to keep her hands to herself. Porsha ain't no kind of friend to allow phony Faye to speak on her friend like that. Exactly. That's when we really started to see who Porsha was as far as friendships were concerned. When her little fake friendship with Phaedra came about and Phaedra talked about Shamia like that and Porsha didn't say nothing, I was just like, girl, bye. And honestly, when she sat there and said, Phaedra, you told me that Candy told you that, I think she even knew then she was about to throw Phaedra under the bus because she knew she was catching that heat. She knew, like, she plays that damsel in distress role so well. But I think the fans at this point, they're tired of it. They're over it. You know what I'm saying? They're over it. They share men together trying to come up, in my opinion. Don't that seem to be the Atlanta way? I don't know what it is about Atlanta, but hell, even Candy and Tiny. Remember Candy's fiance that ended up passing? That was Tiny's ex-man. Like, I'm just like, it ain't enough men in Atlanta. But yeah, they say that. Now they saying it's like 30 to 40 women to one straight man. It's ridiculous. Okay. I don't even know. I don't even know if I need to delete the comment because of your name, because that is a quite interesting name and picture. I ain't gonna say nothing, but you saying Phaedra is behind it. Phaedra, that's another one I don't trust either. That's the only reason why she threw Phaedra back in it. Exactly, because Porsha had the opportunity to clear the air back during the Who Said That moment. Right. Exactly. She liked to play the dumb. Now, she dumb in a lot of areas, but she ain't dumb about everything. And she plays that dumb damsel in distress. Oh, I just, who said that? She does that to try to manipulate situations. She does. But with that being said, you guys, I've almost been on here for an hour. Let's continue the conversation in the comments section. What do y'all think about this season? What do you think about Porsha? What do you think about, all of this stuff? Do you feel like they're going to get another season after this? Has the Real Housewives of Atlanta ran its course and it's done? Is it done? And either we need new girls altogether, keep Shamia, Angie, and Kelly, or they just need to stop the Real Housewives of Atlanta altogether and go to a whole nother city. Do a Real Housewives of Chicago. Hell, do a Real Housewives of Houston. Something. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe Atlanta has ran its course like some of these other cities have run its course. Carlos King told Phaedra that Candy rumor. Yes, I remember they said that, which is why Carlos King got allegedly the boot off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is why he's still so obsessed on trying to be the black Andy Cohen. And it ain't gonna work. Yeah, I would like to see Nene come back. I would like to see Nene come back, but she still needs to have people around her that's going to complement and bring the drama too, which I personally think Kelly, Angie, and Shamia could do that if they don't get in awe and get, in starstruck when it comes to Nene. But yeah, I definitely feel like, Nene coming back would do some good. That would be the only one that I would want to see come back though, honestly. I'm sure though, give it a couple more seasons, they're gonna continue the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They're gonna eventually bring back Kenya. Watch, they're gonna bring her back. Two ghetto places. Yeah. Ooh, the ghetto. Yes, but that would make it entertaining. And let's be clear, Chicago, when everybody hears Chirac, they talking about the South Side and the West Side, the North Side, the South Loop, downtown. That's where the money is. And they got some money in Chicago. So a freaking Housewife Chicago could really be about that life. They got some money and they also about that life there too. Yes, they are. Nene and Angela would be gold. Yeah, you know what? I think they would be a good match. And they probably around the same age too. So I think they would be a good match. I like Angie. And I like Kelly and I like Shamia. They were great additions to the show, Holding Peaches. Hey, Coco, Andy would never bring Nene back. Yeah, unfortunately, that's another ego-driven situation. But if he want to save Atlanta, he better do something. Because this is not it. I will be happy for Kenya to come back and boot Porsha. Ain't that the truth? I would take Kenya any day over Porsha. I think it's time to change cities. Atlanta has ran its course. Yeah. Kim, remember Housewives of DC crashing the White House? Housewives of DC was so boring. It was only one season, right? Which, by the way, I love your name, Kim Wig. So, but yeah, it was only one season. Even with them crashing that party, it still was boring. But I feel like, see, the problem is there's so much political shade and drama that I don't know if they could really pull off DC without some people getting in probably some political trouble. But DC could be good. But yeah, I'm like, maybe like Chicago, like I said, Houston, hell, I would even take a damn Real Housewives of Denver, which, by the way, you guys, you know that Hollywood Demon show that I did on Power Rangers? They have a housewife Hollywood Demon episode. Y'all let me know in the comment section or in the chat if you want me to review that one. Child, I did not know, because I didn't watch Salt Lake City. I did not know the drama with that lady in Salt Lake City who's currently serving time. Like this, I personally think now the production purposely try to find people who break the law just so they can have a storyline automatically. But yeah, they have the Hollywood Demons has a housewives segment that's quite interesting and brought back memories of things that I had totally forgot about. I never saw Salt Lake City until when I saw the Housewives Hollywood Demons and they talked about what's her name, Jenna from freaking Salt Lake City. I said, damn, what did I miss about Salt Lake City? Because they was like, that city, as they thought it was going to be boring, but they keep saying that was one of the best freaking housewives shows. We have money in some of the south suburbs too. Anywhere else would be boring. What are you talking about, Kim? What city are you in? What city are you in, Kim? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right. Potomac did take the place of DC. That is absolutely right. Oh, I have to binge watch the Hollywood Demon show. Yeah, I'm gonna review that show. I actually like it. There's an actual, I think they're like on episode 5 at this point. But yeah, the Housewives one, and then there's one about this wrestling family. I'm gonna review it, you guys. It definitely is good. I couldn't get into Salt Lake City. I never watched it. And maybe because it was Salt Lake City. But again, I saw Potomac the first season, maybe a little bit of the second, and I was done with Potomac. But apparently it started getting good after I stopped watching it. Oh, Kim, you're in Atlanta? Atlanta is the Black Hollywood. Yes. In good ways and in bad ways. in good ways and in bad ways. One thing about me going to Atlanta, I just feel like sometimes you can have too much of a good thing, and that is Atlanta to me. Sometimes too much. It can be too much. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Danielle. Yeah, girl, I've been on here for over an hour. Oh, you from the Chi. Okay. So, Kim, you know what I'm talking about. South Loop, you know what I'm saying? Like North Side, downtown. That's where that money is. I love downtown Chicago. I love Chicago, period. Chicago is that place that if I ever had to move there, child, I know I would gain 70 pounds. I love that pizza too much. I love that Garrett's popcorn too much. Eli's cheesecake, Portillo's. Salt Lake City is the best one right now. It's still out, Ricky? Is it still on? Y'all, are y'all trying to tell me I need to start watching Salt Lake City? Is that what y'all trying to tell me right now, that I need to start watching Salt Lake City? Can I watch Salt Lake City and still be in the groove of doing a review though? Because I've never seen it. So do I have to go back and see the other seasons, or can I start now? Y'all let me know. If y'all feel like I can review it, honey, I'll review it. Not too much on the A. Danielle, you know we done had this conversation, child. Atlanta, child, I'm telling you, it's an energy out there. I used to hear Potomac was supposed to replace Atlanta, but Bravo received backlash for it. I'm from Salt Lake City. Okay, Lisa, and hello. Make sure you hit the like button, like, share, subscribe. I may have to watch it now. ATO for the win. Miami and Salt Lake are the best ones in the franchise. Okay. So Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and who's on the Real Housewives of Miami? Damn. Have I been like that behind? I don't even know who was top people. Who was Real Housewives of Miami? Salt Lake City is done right now, but you can binge watch. Yes, you got to go back. Okay, go back. Yes, they are filming right now and should be back by fall. Okay, so y'all telling me, put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to binge watch Salt Lake City so I can add it to review for the next season. Put a 1 in the chat. If I get enough ones, I will put it on my list to watch so I can actually review it and I can start doing reviews. Definitely we get a bad rap. Salt Lake City is the best franchise now. Hopefully it will be back soon. I love Chicago. I even love the South Side and the West Side. I more importantly love the food though, but that's just the fatty in me. I love JJ Fish. I love all of that. So yeah, I love Chicago. Yeah, remember Jen Shaw? That's how I learned about Jen Shaw on Hollywood Demons and how she's currently apparently in jail right now. Let me see. Oh gosh. Okay, so ones. Okay. All right. That's it. You don't have to say nothing else. Y'all telling me to watch it. So I have to watch. Okay, so Ricky telling me to skip 3, but I need to watch 1, 2. I'll watch all of them. Even if it's boring. Ricky, I may have to come back and tag you and say, Ricky, you was absolutely right. It was boring, but definitely need to make sure that I watch it. And you said this fall, so I have time to watch it. I have time to watch it and be able to come back this fall. And yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it now. If y'all want me to do it, that means y'all need to come for the reviews. So I'll do it, but just come for the reviews. Make sure you hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? I remember one of the housewives' sons dropped out of college and wanted to be a social media influencer or something like that, and she wasn't cool with it. If he did it right, he probably making more money than your average American. Probably making more money than career individuals with freaking law degrees at this point. What made me launch out loud was the Katie from Potomac accused Giselle of popping in herself in a hotel lobby wearing only lingerie. Ooh, child. Dang, Chris, if you don't, if you down to watch it, then I'll watch it with you. I'm gonna watch it. Y'all telling me that I need to watch it. I'm gonna watch it. Like again, y'all know I'm looking for good content because I get bored easily. I need to watch. So if you guys are saying it's good, I'll watch it. So let's watch it together, Leo. Let's watch it together. Season 1 reunion. Sorry, Danielle, but all JJ's yeah, JJ Fish in freaking Chicago is about that life. But Danielle know about the Chi. She know about Chicago. But yeah, JJ Fish in Chicago. Yeah. I used to like Harold's chicken, but I feel like Harold's chicken don't taste the same like it used to taste back in the day. And maybe it's just me, but I feel like all chicken at this point don't taste the same. I feel like they're doing something with our damn chicken. But look, I'm getting off topic. But with that being said, you guys, Y'all, let's continue the conversation about this damn Real Housewives of Atlanta and this evil heifer with this 15-pound wig on. Porsha, she's a demon like heavenly. I'm telling you, she's a demon. Fake, but both. I've had both already. I'll go back and maybe watch. One of the wives is married to her step grand. Ew, Ricky, you talking about on Salt Lake? Really, Salt Lake? Oh no. Oh, that sound like some soap opera drama, but y'all telling me to watch it, so I'll watch it. All right. I got to get ready for the fall, right? So I can review it since y'all say that's the best one out right now. But with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate you guys, even new people who have come on here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you actually chiming in the chat. Make sure you come back, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I gotta get my numbers up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my numbers up. For whatever reason, YouTube is really doing some stuff lately. So I keep saying, people keep telling me, keep going and get those likes up, and you will eventually get into the algorithm and stay in the algorithm. So please hit that like button. Please support. With that being, yes, the only Black cast member. Okay. All right, I'm gonna watch it, y'all. So with that being said, have a wonderful evening. Stay safe out there. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on my next video. Toodles.